Hey guys, this is your trusted weather forecast, and today we're going to be talking about upcoming severe weather chances that will be happening throughout the next couple of days. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. About 65% of you who watch my videos are not subscribed, so please make sure to click the subscribe button if you like weather-related content and hit the notification bell if you do not want to miss a single upload. Also, I have a Discord server for this channel, link will be in the description below. Let's get right into this. This is the Day 2 outlook, June 19th, Friday. We have a slight risk in effect for Texas, a less than 2% tornado threat, 15% wind, 15% hail. Tornadoes are not expected, but there is a very, very slight possibility that one could touch down, but is expected to be more of a wind and hail threat. Day 3, June 20th. We have a marginal risk that is too uncertain to be upgraded at a slight risk at this time, but either tomorrow or day 1, I do expect a slight risk to be issued, particularly in the Midwest, where severe storms are definitely possible. But right now, the tornado threat looks low, but non-zero, but the main threat will be damaging winds and isolated large hail. Day 4 to 8 has predictability too low, but each one of these days could have potential for severe weather. To throw this out there, the Climate Prediction Center has an area highlighted around Kansas in the plains, June 26th or June 27th. While I do think this is a bit far out, I will be talking about this later when we get closer if the threat is still there. Looking at the models, you do see here Friday for that Texas threat. Surface-based CAPE values are 3,000, 4,000 in some areas, maybe even a little higher. If we look at a sounding there, sounding isn't too supportive for severe weather, but some isolated to scattered severe storms are definitely possible down there. In the afternoon hours, shear is better positioned north of Texas, in Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska. But as we go into the evening, into the overnight hours, some pockets of favorable shear may enter northern Texas where we have that slight risk. We do have some capping in these areas, particularly north of Texas, northern Texas, north. Typically for this graphic for SIN, you want, for little to no capping, you want either whites or very light grays, which indicate little to no capping. You do see here that the NAM does have some scattered severe thunderstorms developing in Texas, Oklahoma, around 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time, weakening and moving eastward with time into Texas-Oklahoma border, riding along that border, where storms could still be marginally severe. Saturday will be a particularly interesting day where many things could happen. Things can ruin the setup, things may help the setup, which is why the SPC has not issued a slight risk anywhere for Saturday because there's too much uncertainty. But you do see here, I will zoom in the Midwest for you. You do see here around Saturday, 7 a.m., some showers and thunderstorms start developing Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois. And then as we move on into the day, those start pushing north and developing more into the afternoon hours and into the early evening hours. This is 7 p.m., this is 4 p.m., and this is 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Severe storms are definitely possible, particularly around Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin and south, where conditions are more favorable. If we look at Saturday into the early afternoon hours around noon, we have CAPE values of 2,000 to 3,000 in Missouri and areas of 500 to 1,000 up towards Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois. Then moving on to 4 p.m., the 1 to 2,000 CAPE is becoming more widespread. And then in the evening hours, same kind of situation, except there is stronger CAPE around Missouri, Illinois, with values 2,000 plus. And continuing into the overnight hours, that CAPE will slowly start to weaken. Shear isn't the most impressive thing in the world with this system, especially towards Missouri and Illinois, where we have around 20 to 25 knots, which could still kick off some severe storms, but it's not typically incredibly favorable for like any major severe event, which is why I'm only expecting the maximum of a slight risk at this time. And this is 7 p.m. More favorable shear will be in Iowa, Minnesota, in that northern Wisconsin area where Cape values don't seem to line up very well. In other words, instability does not line up with the shear in the best way, I should say. Looking at the significant tornado parameter, we do see some regions of less than 0.5 into the afternoon hours, early evening hours. This is 7 p.m. We do see some values in Missouri, Illinois, Iowa, but I would not be surprised if a brief, weak tornado happens. I'm not expecting, a huge tornado event, but a tornado or two can't be ruled out. On the other end, there is little to no capping with this system, so that leads me to believe that storms will definitely be able to break any weak cap there is and be able to ignite, especially around 7 p.m. into early afternoon hours into the evening hours, where SIN is near zero in most areas. That's your trusted weather forecast for upcoming severe weather chances. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want. Goodbye.